Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our reading for what is he, she, they doing in the unseen, hidden, dark realm. What do you need to know? Okay, so this is a reasonably new reading style, a reading type. Remember, it's for cross watchers, and take the reading as it resonates with you. So it can be also mirrored or reversed, meaning it can be for you or it can be for a person, the other person you're involved with, or if it's not either one of those, it's quite possible it could be someone in your environment, say like a friend or a co-worker or a child, etc. So take it as it lands. And remember, the reading resonates with everyone a little bit differently, as we're all on our own spiritual journeys and different levels of states of awareness and conscious. So take it as it lands. Okay, so this during the pre-shuffle, there was an indication of major large decisions going on within a household. Okay, so it's kind of like fire, passion, drive. It's got a lot of fiery, hot energy. So this could also give an indication of not only passion projects, but it could also be anger and conflict in the background or within a household, okay? So major choices have to be made, or you could have somebody that you're involved with making major choices or decisions behind closed doors in the unseen dark realm, making major decisions that you know nothing about, okay? Take it as it lands. And also this could be an indication of not only major life choices or things going on, but it could be choices between people. So you could have a situation going on where someone in a household is sitting back thinking either it's you or they make a choice with somebody else. So take that as it lands. It could be one, it could be other, or it actually could involve both of those scenarios. Okay, and so there is a lingering fear that's hanging around and looming around this reading as well. But there is a really nice light energy about this. The opposite, or the polarity, is during the pre-spread, what fell out is there's money sitting waiting to be found. So it's a bit of a fortune, or money, or a money trail. So, or there's money sitting that you haven't seen or you don't know about. Okay, so something to do with money being found. Okay, and remember, for the most part, these readings tend to be on a negative polarity of things you need to know that are in the hidden realm. Unfortunately, that's kind of the environment and the system or the society or people that we are involved with during the current time. It tends to be more the three-dimensional people, which tends to be slight problems, things going on that you need to know about. It's not always a negative reading. It can be positive, but for the most part, it tends to linger in the negative polarity. Okay, so it's just things you need to know. Unfortunately, those things are not usually always the pleasant things that you want to find out, but the good part is you do need to know. So you can't make informed, good decisions unless you know all the facts, unless you know all the details. And like I said, this is something I used to do years ago, being, having encounters or being involved with people or persons of this sort of low negative vibrations energy. So that, the sneaky person in the background. And unfortunately, but fortunately, every time I would have that feeling, I would do a spread, and lo and behold, it was right bang on. So we will start. Okay, so this is the Faith card. Okay, so this is a card of change. This is a card to do with money, finances, tangible assets, investments, those types of things, because we have the sign of Taurus on here, and it's faith, and you also have the number 5. So 5 is about change. It's about conflict. It's either change that comes by natural means, or it's change that comes by conflict or problems. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. I have a feeling you already know this. So you could be involved with a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this is also a card of Taurus. This is also, I think, the equivalent to the universal card of the Hierophant. Now, there is having faith. So when I have faith, this is meaning having faith in yourself. This particular reading is having faith in yourself, your own intuition, having faith in your path ahead. Again, this has got something to do with choices or major choices going on in the background within a household, in a home. It could be within a family or a relationship, but it's definitely involved in a home setting. If you're questioning your gut or questioning your intuition, this is saying that's whatever you're thinking, feeling, that's probably spot on. Okay, Knight of Cups. Okay, so this has got to do with emotional information or news or communication or just an emotional feeling. So whatever's going on here is based around your emotions towards a subject, a topic, a circumstances, or in this case, probably the person you are involved with. Take it as it lands. This can actually be, a career or job. It could be co-worker too. It could be, you know, the source that supports that household. So it could be job, career, business, within a business office, but more so it's to do with his home. Like I said, it could be something that supports the payments for that home. Okay. And when I see this seahorse, the seahorses, I believe when seahorses come in pair, they're kind of like geese. You know, they're that pair or that couple that have been together for a long, long time. For the most part, it tends to be an exclusive pair, but in this case, there's something going a little bit sideways here, right? So it's showing basically emotions towards a partner or a partnership or a relationship with whomever you are involved with. Okay, so we'll grab some cards from this deck. Okay, so we have kisses, unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Okay, so now, well, I'll show you this card. There's that card. And then we have girl with a snake, empath, narcissist, paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. Okay, so this tends to be the romantic combination, which means it would be your spouse, your partner. Take it as it lands. It's a love relationship for the most part. This won't be for everybody. Like I said, it could be job, career, or in an office situation or an office style or an office setting. But somebody or whoever you're involved with, this particular combination is somebody who's disingenuine. They're not authentic to what they say and what they speak. It's like, you know, they portray one thing, but in the meantime, they're doing something completely the opposite in the background. It's exact polarity, exact opposites. Okay, this is a love call. Okay, now this here, if this has to do with a relationship, this has got to be with a third party involvement in the background. Again, that falls back to that early message of making a choice between two people or some major drastic choices going on in the background that you're not aware of that are actually going on. So love call, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. Okay, so that could be that particular thing, or that could actually mean that if it's not exactly love, it could be somebody coming in to help you out or let you know or give you a heads up, or they see something or know something like that. Okay, again, we have the poverty card. So 3 and 7 is 10. This is about an ending, a resolution, a culmination, something like that. When you see the poverty card, this is the card of lack. So when you have this card show up, this could be financial distress, financial ruin, financial problems. This can also, this tends to be land around money, finances, which is definitely a Taurus energy. But there's something that needs to come to an end. So that could be on a positive note. You could find this money that's sitting somewhere that it's kind of on the path, but you just haven't found it. Kind of reminds me like the scavenger hunt energy for finding money. There's that point. The other one coming around where if it's nothing to do with a lack of money or finances, this can be the lack of love in a relationship, lack of respect, lack of integrity, being involved with someone disingenuine, a lack of authenticity. And it can be a lack of give and take, where it would mean one partner's giving all the time, the other partner's taking. So, or you're feeling unloved. This is definitely relationship involved, but there's a lack mind, or it could take in two. It could be financial ruin, financial shortness, financial problems, lack of money, lack of finances, or something like that. The lack in the whole finance world, and can include just a lack of love in a relationship. We got something going on here. Like I said, this is the empath and the narcissist. So it's something that's probably fallen apart over the years. This is not something that just happened last month. It's been going on for years. But with the 3 and the 7 is a 10. And in the numerology world, 10s are about endings, resolutions, culmination. So it's an end of a cycle coming in. Okay, and I'm going to pick one more card. Or it might even be you having to make some decisions. You might be sitting there thinking in the background something needs to be done with this cycle or this relationship or partnership because of the lack status. Okay, so that might be actually you sitting in the background, sitting there contemplating what needs to be done to correct this cycle, or very likely end this cycle. And again, we have the 5. We have 2 5s. It means there's either conflict, there's challenge, but there's definitely change coming in, and it can be a change forced by challenge and problems and conflict, or it can be a natural change that occurs. So take it as it lands. This is the mature man, so there's definitely a man involved here. So when you have this, there's the 5 on top, and the card, or the number 5, is all about change. And so this could be you. And I mean, it's not gender specific. It could be man or woman, but there's definitely a man or woman involved. Okay. And you might be, like, again, when you see the globe here, that particularly means there could be communication, World Wide Web. You might thinking of moving on, moving out, moving countries, states, provinces, towns, cities, take it as it lands. But when you see a globe, again, that's an ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. You might be thinking of something brand new. And if this is you making major decisions in the background within this household, or the relationships within that household, you've been keeping this hidden. It's not a time yet to be presented to the outside world, the public, family, or friends, okay? Contemplating change, contemplating new cycles, contemplating ending cycles. It's very change-oriented. Okay, so take that as it lands. But this is very shape-shifting reading, very shape-shifting energy. And so when I see this particular spread come out at this particular timing, we just had Uranus in Taurus station retrograde on September 1st. Also, which is a big, huge shift, but also the same day, Pluto retrograde re-entered Capricorn for the very last time, which is, we're not going to see this again for another 248 years, which means none of us here will live long enough to see that next transit. So when I say that, it's kind of like the last-ditch effort to bring a culmination or conclusion, and it's going to happen with or without you. So that particular combination of shifts, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is going to be running like for about 2.5 months, and that's it. After it's completed, it's done forever for our lifetimes. So November 19th is when that's going to end. So there's got lots of things going on in that time, and it's going to be in the material physical world. So just keep that in mind. And also, speaking of Pluto in Capricorn, so when it first transited into Capricorn, that would take us back to year 2008. So go back to 2008, think about that, think about all the things that have happened, all the transformations that have taken place, all the events. And it's kind of like, if you could do like a flash lightning, think a fast forward view as from back then in 2008, everything that's transpired, and did a transformation from 08 to current time. And it's going to have a specific story theme or a storyline for you, and that might actually be a couple storylines. So just take that as it lands and see where you started, all the changes that happened within, and where you're sitting right now, and what you want for a conclusion. Okay, so it's all linked together. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple from this deck, or maybe one. Again, this tends to be very relationship or partnership oriented. Okay, so homeless. Okay, the home thing keeps on coming up. So again, it's to do with a house and a home. This again is a card of lack. So this, to me, when you're homeless, it could be definitely financial ruin, financial distress, lack of money, lack of resources, or again, this is a breakdown of a relationship behind closed doors, because that keeps on coming up. This is almost the same card as this card in a completely different deck. And so the chance of that happening is very rare. So homeless. Okay, unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering. Okay, so this does have financial ties to it, but again, this can be a poverty, a lack sense within a relationship that's really kind of gone south behind closed doors. This might be a situation where this is something that's going on. This is not months. This has been going on for years, but it's not present and obvious to the public eye. And you might have been struggling with that. How do you handle that? How do you present that to family, friends? How do you present that to public? But I think you've been thinking about this, contemplating how am I going to resolve this, end this, and move on. Okay. So I'm going to draw. And you know what? I forgot to light the candle. So I'll do that right now. And since I forgot to light that candle, it means there's been a lack of fire, a lack of desire, a lack of lust, a lack of energy with this whole reading. A loss of interest. I'm just going to say that in a nutshell would mean a loss of interest. Okay, so tact. A strong or keen sense of what to do or say in order to maintain good relations. Avoid offensiveness, practicing appropriateness. Okay, so this is what you're thinking about. This is something you need to make a change because it's probably bringing a lot of not only exterior conflict but inner conflict. How do I deal with this? Well, how do I do it? How do I handle in a sensible, reasonable, practical fashion where it doesn't create too much offensiveness and keep everything appropriate, you know, maybe in a professional fashion or a professional relationship? And that can definitely be applied to a personal, because sometimes if you can omit all the harsh emotions and make decisions based upon practicality and professionalism, you know, doing what's right, doing what's practical, leave the emotions out of it, makes a transition much, much smoother. Okay, so this is what you're sitting thinking about. There's something that needs to be called to an end. Like I said, there's major changes and choices that need to be done in the background. Either you doing it or the person you're involved with is doing it. There is money on a path somewhere that has not been found that needs to be found. It's like you're looking for your prosperity in life. You know, this is like the tank that run dry. So you need to renew that tank of prosperity and interest and love and finances, etc. It's like the cycle that wore out its welcome. It's coming to an end. And again, this can involve a third party as well. So take that as it lands. A third party isn't always a person. A third party could actually be not only a person, but the third party can be work. The third party can be money. Okay, so take that as it lands, good or bad. Okay, so I'm going to grab one card from here. Okay, there is the woman. There's the Queen of Wands. Again, we have this is a very creative. This is a person who is exceptionally good at manifesting. They have all their ducks in a row. They have their T's crossed, their I's dotted. They're very, very creative, very passionate, lots of ambition, lots of initiative. This person tends to be a very, very attractive person as well. So this could be you. This could be the person you're involved with. Again, the wands are fire sign. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so this has definitely come to this is the card of perseverance. This has been a heavy load and a long haul cycle. It's not been good. It's not been fun. It's been trying. It's been turbulent. It's been energy draining, energy sucking. This could be a person you're involved with who is like an energy vampire. They just take and take and take until the point there's nothing left to give from you. Again, it's a very, very tired card. You know, and when I say the perseverance card, it means also the card, whatever you're planning on doing, keep on doing it. If you need a rest, take a rest, rejuvenate, recharge as required, as needed, and then keep on. So when you see the 9 of Wands, this particular card is 9, so the 10 is the ending. So you're just about there, and it means keep going. This person you're involved with, this Queen of Wands, and that's not gender specific, could be man, could be woman, take it as it fits. But it's very draining on you as a person. They're emotionally draining. They're physically draining. They're mentally draining. And I'm going to say out there, it's going to be, they're financially draining. It's like as fast as you can make resources, it's spent as fast as you can make it. Perhaps even faster because there is financial distress showing up here. Okay, Hangman. Okay, so this is, the Hangman is the card of Pisces. So here it's a major arcana. So this is a stagnant energy. It's sitting still. When I say stagnant, you're in contemplation mode. You're sitting, having a good look. It's also a card of changing perceptions, changing views, changing point of view. You might need someone to help you or give you an alternative view or opinion to help you out with this, whatever's going on here. Okay. The Hangman is a card of stagnancy. And just hanging in limbo because you're sitting there looking, contemplating what to do. This can also be a break in communication between two people, like it's a pause for whatever's going on. Take it as it lands. But when you look at something from a different perspective, a different view, a different angle, things look different. And that's what you're needing to bring this whole thing, the stagnant situation, to a close. Okay, so I'm going to take one tea leaf. We'll do a cut because it's such a big deck. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Yep, that's what you're after. Again, hard times, burdens, being heavily burdened with probably financial distress and emotional and mental and physical depletion. So this is the wind chimes. This is you're after peace and harmony. And you know, a funny thing, the card of Taurus here, having faith to get through this, that will get you through. And the ruler of Taurus is Venus. And Venus is all about peace and harmony. Exactly what that means. Okay, so that will conclude our reading for now. So if you like the reading, claim it, seal it with a midnight kiss. And if you didn't, leave it and ditch it. Remember, we're always, always, always at free will choice. May it shine on you in a positive way. So wishing you health, happiness, and many mixed blessings. And so it's been an absolute pleasure reading for you. So if you like the reading, click like, share, subscribe. It helps my channel grow and gets it out there. And I just want to do a little bit of a shout out. I want to give a shout out to San Tarot, and she's on YouTube, and I believe she's out of Toronto, Canada. Okay. She's a very good reader, and she does a different style of reading, very intuitive. She's an awesome reader. I listen to her lots. Okay. You know what? I'm just as a closure, I'm going to pull one card out of this deck, and we'll just see. I'm just going to add in a little bit as a character description with the person you're involved with. Now, that remember, this can be reversed too. So we'll see what this person. This card gives a description of the person you're dealing with. So you have a chef. So this would be somebody who's good at cooking up things, and this could be, in this particular case, cooking up schemes. So chef is the culinary maestro, cooking, culinary artistry, seasoning, proficiency. So this could be somebody, when I see the girl with a snake, it's a narcissist. So this is be someone cooking up schemes, cooking up stories, cooking up untruthfulness, cooking up lies, manipulating. So cooking up manipulation tactics. Or you could actually be involved with someone who is a good cook. So take it as it lands. I'm going to show you this card, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so this is like a scheming energy. And again, for the most part, these readings, like I said, they tend to be on the negative side, which is unfortunate. But unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are in this 3D world. So again, the unfortunate part, this is what's going on. The fortunate part is you need to know. Okay, so that will end it. And so, like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure reading for you. So until we speak again, spend some time together again, stay happy, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. Bye for now.